Okay, so I've spent most of the week talking about ASD's Essential 8 and cybersecurity and some of the basic things that we need to be doing there. It's all about patch management, backups, and all the sensible stuff that you need to cover. But I just want to sort of break it down and saying what are the top five things that you should be doing in your business to give your organization a lower cybersecurity risk. This is what we're talking about here. How do you reduce the likelihood that you'll be impacted by a cybersecurity event? So here's a couple of things that we do and we help our clients do. Number one, get your email in order. And I've spoken about this previously, but make sure you've got all the relevant records you need to secure your email service as much as possible and reduce the likelihood that you're going to get impersonated or spam, right? How do you protect yourself against that? Because the simple truth is anyone can impersonate anyone on the planet. There's nothing you can do to stop it except by some simple rules. So things like SPF, DKIM, DMARC, and there's a few other things in there that you can do as well. So protect yourself, get all those set up. Number two, and this is really about just simple hygiene, patch management. Make sure you update your stuff. Don't just leave it and think, oh, I've got this warning there that says I need to restart my computer because there's a new patch available. If you're running Windows, go check Windows Update. If you're running a Mac, go and check the system update area as well. Make sure it's patched. But don't just leave it to the operating system. You've got to look at your applications themselves. Not only will it increase functionality, like OBS that I'm using to record this, new update, new features, new capabilities, but there's a whole bunch of other things that will find security risks, keep yourself up to date. These items, when these exploits become known, the attackers will start using them. So keep yourself up to date. The next thing is around your website security and such like. Now, we use a tool called Cloudflare. You can sign up for free and you can front end your particular website from a lot of nasties. It's pre-filtering scanning. It does software acceleration or website acceleration by loading content that's reused regularly, like images and videos and such like, and puts them on their data center so it doesn't hit your server. And it makes it more responsive, but it also does things like filter out all the rogue bots, yes, automation going out there that's doing the bad things, and also known exploits protected that. And then even worse, if you get targeted by a DDoS, which is a distributed denial of service attack, then they can protect you against that. Again, it's free. Go and look at it, put that in front of your website. We see 17,000 hits on our site alone every single month, and it's being filtered out. The third thing is around security controls. And what I'm talking about here is make sure that wherever you store your data, so this is number 4, wherever you store your data, make sure you've got relevant controls around who has access to those files. And check it regularly, right? So if you've got everyone can access everything and you've got a team of 15, that might not be appropriate. So just sort of lock them down a little bit. Don't go too far. If you're a small organization, you'll just end up in an absolute mess. No one can access anything. And what will happen is people will just start putting stuff on their local desktop, right? They'll just stuff things down there and then you'll lose access to it. Okay? And the fifth thing, and it does go down towards that mitigation around the desktop because that's the least, place of friction or the easiest place to go and store things on your desktop. But what happens if your laptop or your device gets run over or lost or stolen or anything like that? You lose all that sensitive information. Now, cool thing is that there are tools out there that will automatically back this up. If you're a Microsoft customer and using Microsoft 365, we can leverage OneDrive for Business, set it up automatically or redirect your desktop, your documents, and your picture library to automatically send all those things to your OneDrive. You get 1 terabyte of space and it gets synced up there automatically without you doing anything. So that's a very simple, basic backup solution in terms of protecting the physical device. It doesn't protect, if it gets ransomware or you delete stuff other than the recycle bin that's in OneDrive, because it's only really got one copy of it. However, there is versions hidden in behind which can help mitigate some of these risks. But the simple thing is that we've got to remember, even if you tell your team it's got to be stored on our Dropbox or Google Drive or wherever you want to put it, they won't. They're going to put it in the easiest place possible. So do things, protect yourself and your team from being a little bit lazy. So there's my top 5 tips. Emails, emails, patching, websites, security in terms of who has access and access control, and backups. So have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you again soon.